Gunfreak Nation. I'm the president, TElectrik, and I feel the need to talk to you about just tuning in the righteousness that's inside of you. You know, some people, you have to tune in with your spirit. And once when I feel like you are really tuned in to yourself, to your true self, to your spirit, to your soul, when you go amongst other people that get that negative, toxic energy, you can feel it. You can feel it. Literally, you can feel it. Like, I could go around a person and be around them for like 2 minutes, and I can pretty much size that person up and can just tell that they toxic. Drama. They want to stir up all kind of drama and all kind of negativity. I highly suggest with your spidey senses that if you're around that type of negative energy, remove yourself from that person, because it can go left. They can get you involved in a situation where you can't get out of. You understand? It's so much crime and just taking place. The violence, people, just feuding and just having confrontations. And it's just senseless violence that's happening every day. Every day. I'm reading about or seeing on the news, on TV, somebody lost their life over something senseless, something that they could have just easily have walked away from. It's like an epidemic. I remember back in the day when I used to love to, go out, and trust me, wherever I went, they had security to search you for weapons. I never wanted to be, ain't no never. I refuse to go somewhere that don't have security. Because if I can bring my concealed carry in, that means the next person can bring theirs in too. So those places are death traps, in my opinion. I don't want to go nowhere where there is no security. But I remember like some of the places I went to, and man, you could just, like when I was younger, I consider myself lucky to still be here. Because some of the places I went to, it was just, man, the negativity, the negative souls that was in there. And I'm not, trying to sit on my high horse, judging anybody, but you got to realize that it's evil people out there, savages, toxic people. Then you ain't even got to be a savage, just a negative person. Just watch them. Watch when they come around. If you happy, put it this way, if you happy, in a good mood, you having a good day, but then all of a sudden you get a phone call or somebody come over and visit you, and when they come over, they just, the negativity that they bring, and you no longer in your happy mood anymore. Because they pushing you up, they pushing you all up in they issues and they problems. Trying to get you entangled in their mess. And those type of people, they're not good for you. You got to cut them off. Now, what I was saying is, I just believe in, you got positive energy and you got negative energy. And I believe like when something, violent happens, man, that energy is still be there. I was talking to my sister a couple of days ago, and she said something um that really resonated with me. Um, I lost a nephew a couple of months ago. Senseless violence. But what she said was, she was like, you got a lot of people that got a lot of evil, like negative, like spirits and stuff, man. And a lot of these places that you go to, these clubs, bars, these halls that you rent out to throw cabarets, a lot of these places, these locations, a lot of negative, dark stuff, violent stuff have went down in them. A lot of people have been, took out in them clubs. You know what I'm saying? And when you go there and you in that environment and you got people, drinking and, getting high and all that, and when you add that, who knows how many people have been, something violent done happened at that location, in that club. So when she said that, I'm like, wow, it blew me away. Because I really do believe that we got this toxic, negative, evil energy that's in these places where all this violence have took place in. And you got people up in there, and it could be some negative spirits up in there that's getting people riled up because it's demonic. You have to be careful. I tell everybody, your happiness gotta come first. You gotta protect your peace at all costs. You gotta quit letting those demonic, negative, toxic spirits influence you, be around you. If somebody is trying to break your peace, break your joy, you got to let them go at the end of the day. Because the way I see it, you got one life to live. Why live your life being bitter? Why live your life just being, tormented and dealing with other people's problems and issues? The way I see it is, in life, we all have choices. Nobody is perfect. Nobody, everybody makes mistakes. Life is about the choices that you make. What you get out of life, is what you put in. You put in hard work pays off. You don't, and then you wonder why you in the situation that you're in. And that's no knock on anybody. But what I'm trying to say is, you keep letting negative people influence you and be around you. Next thing you know, you don't got sucked up in that vortex of negativity. And a lot of people have lost their lives or are in jail because of that, who they associate, who they allow to come into their realm and into their spiritual. It's toxic. And you're going to be talked about. They're going to accuse you of acting funny style. They're They're going to accuse you of, just being disloyal. But, man, listen. You got to have a peace of mind, man. Nobody is promised tomorrow. I know I've made my mistakes in the past, dumb mistakes. But I'm at the point right now where I'm trying to do better and trying to learn and just trying to be happy. I'm at the point right now where a lot of stuff that used to mean a lot to me no longer means I don't really care about anymore. I just want to protect my peace. I just want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. I want to be happy. And I don't want somebody who have made bad choices dumping their problems off on me. And I don't mean to sound selfish. I'm willing to help anybody that want to be helped. But when you choose to indulge in negativity and drama, don't bring that around me. Don't dump that at my front door. Because here it's all about peace and me protecting my family at all costs. So you have to, that person that you got to protect your joy, man. You got to protect your peace at all costs. You got to put yourself first. And don't let nobody throw no guilt trip on you. Oh, you ain't there for me. And man, if I don't see you trying to make a change for the positivity, then you can't save a person that don't want to be saved. You can't, help a person. You got to find your own way. You got to find your own self. Nobody else can do that. You have to, as an individual, you have to find yourself and find your happiness and your true meaning in life. But you got people, what I hate the most is you have people that's made bad choices in their life and they're not trying to correct it. Instead of trying to correct it and get on the right path, they try to tether themselves to you and make their issues and their problems become your problems. And that's not right and that's not fair. And I refuse. I cut that line a long time ago, them tethers. A long time ago. And that's included family members. I just think it ain't cool for the choices, life choices that you have made. And because it went left, do you want to burden me or just bring that around me? No. It's tough love. It's something called tough love. And if that makes you enemy number one and the target on your back, then so be it. But when you get that inner peace, you're not going to care what another person's opinion of you are. Because you don't elevate it yourself. And you ain't going to let none of that toxic energy penetrate your happiness. And that's what it's all about. Stop hanging around negative people that's going to get you pushed up in all kind of drama. You go into these clubs, these bars, and I'm not judging anybody for wanting to have fun. Ain't nothing wrong with it at the end of the day, but be careful is what I'm trying to tell you. Is be careful. A lot of violence and like a lot of bad stuff have went down in a lot of these halls, a lot of these bars, a lot of these clubs. People have lost their lives there due to violence. And the energy, I'm telling y'all, the energy is still there. And people are being possessed by this. You got these savages out here that don't care about, your life. They don't have no respect for human life, for life, period. So what I'm trying to say, Gunfreak Nation, is we fighting a battle, a spiritual battle, a war. Righteousness versus evil, man. Good versus bad. When what I'm trying to say, it all sums down. It all boils down, breaks down to that. Good versus bad. Righteousness versus evil. You know, um, you got to pick and choose what side you're going to be on. But you cannot be a righteous person and you surrounding yourself around people that's doing bad, because eventually that's gonna rub off on you. It's gonna rub off on you, and it may be in something you can't get off of you. So you got to make sure that you're smart enough to recognize that. And don't let nobody burden you. Don't let nobody have a pity party. Oh, I ain't, this and that. Man, come on, man. You got choices in life that want to do better. But don't attach yourself to me and make it my responsibility and make me pay the price for the choices that you made in life. It don't work that way. Life was never fair, never will be fair. At some point, we all gonna get the short end of the stick. But it's what you do. You either lay down, give up, or you get back up on your feet and keep it moving. Mistakes are meant to happen. It is. That's how you grow. That's how you learn from your mistakes, man. If you ain't learning, man, you got people out here got bad habits, and they wonder why they broke all the time. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. If you can't afford your habit, that's whatever. It could be, I ain't talking about alcohol or drugs or anything. Hey, at one point, I was being a gun freak, and I'm proud. All of them firearms I had, shit, I didn't need it. But I like what I like. And I didn't burden anybody getting them. You know what I'm saying? But you got people out here that got bad habits, and they want to dump that on you. They want to worry you, burden you. Hey, man, let me borrow another $10. Can I get 20 this time? And, when they rap back, I done been through it. Oh, man. I done been through it all. To the point to where I was like, man, look, I got to cut you off. I got to distance myself from you. You ain't going to make my life a living hell because of the choices that you made. T, you ain't nothing, man. You ain't nothing. I don't want to have nothing. When they don't get their way, you the worst person on earth. They're going to talk about you like a dog behind your back. When they don't get their way. But you can't care because you're doing your best to live your best life. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your best to live your best life, man. Everybody that's watching, do your best to live your best life. Don't care about what people got to say about you. I made that mistake years ago, man. I was so messed up. I had developed a phobia, agoraphobia. I was so worried about other people's opinion of me. And I wish I was the person I am now back then, because right now I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what your opinion is of me. I'm going to continue to live my life. I was born into this world by myself, alone. I was birthed into this world. And when I leave this world, I'm going to leave this world alone. I'm going to leave this world by myself. So all those people that got a opinion about you, you think they're gonna jump in that casket with you when they about to close that casket down, and you go into the ground or be cremated or whatever? You think they're gonna jump in with you? Nah, man. Keep on living your life. Keep doing you. Keep doing whatever that makes you happy. And whatever mess ups you've done in life, bad choices, don't try to attach that to somebody else and try to make it their fault, or do the blame game. At a certain point, once you are grown, man, you can't blame nobody else for your shortcomings. It's all on you. You know, if I ever did something that come back to bite me, and I end up in a bad situation, like being homeless, or I had to sleep in my car, live in my car, or whatever, in a homeless shelter, what I look like blaming somebody else, or just blaming other people for the choices that I have made in my life. That would be jacked up on my part. So, number one, to finding your peace and tuning in to your inner happiness, you have to forgive yourself for the mistakes, that you made in life. And if you have hurt people in life, ask for forgiveness. Tell them that, if they're still in your life and willing to talk to you, apologize. But you have to hold yourself accountable for it, and move on. That's the only way you're going to learn. That's the only way you're going to grow, is if you hold yourself accountable for your actions, good or bad, and just want to do better with your life. So, birds of a feather flock together. I don't see you prospering if you entertaining all those type of people that just want to be about that life, man, that drama. Anything that brings your spirit down, you got to let it go. You got to put yourself first. Put your happiness first. Make loving and protecting and supporting your family, that should always be your number one priority. And always willing to grow, always willing to admit when you're wrong, always willing to be like, you know what, you can never learn too much. I'm not one of those type of people that think they know it all. It's still a lot that I got to learn in life, But I know along the path, you're going to meet negative people. You're going to meet snakes. You're going to meet people that pretend to be your friends and they're not really your true friends. You're going to, meet people who just want to blame all their problems in life on something when they need to take accountability themselves. Be weary of those type of people, man, and separate yourself from them. What matters is not them. What matters is your happiness. If you're not out there, doing anything illegal or negative, breaking the law or nothing. You making an honest living, and leave me alone. Don't bring that to me. I don't want to have no parts of it, and I will not be associated with it. Here in Gun Freak Nation, I don't care what color you are, what race you are. I don't care what's your sexuality. I don't care whether you male, female. I don't care about none of that. All that really matters is the righteousness that's in your heart. And we got to do, better. I had 5 members on my channel, 5, but I now have 4 because somebody, one of the moderators, I'm not gonna put them out there like that, so I won't be naming them, but I had a paid member that left comments that he got offended by, and I told him, I said, look, this is a paid member, a subscriber, that it's a difference, between subscribing to my channel and actually being a member of my channel, which is a paid membership. There's different tiers to it. It's cheap as like $3 a month or whatever. But regardless, this guy was a paid member. And this moderator went over me saying, don't, block him. Don't even put him in timeout. Let him say what he's... I found what he was saying was funny. It was funny to me. But this certain moderator took it upon himself to block him. And the reason why I know that he got blocked, I went into my block list. Sure, it was. He was blocked. Which means that when you block somebody, you automatically unsubscribe them, and they're no longer a paid member. It ain't about him being because he paid. It's the principle of it all. If I told you that he good, then you should have let it. That's what I'm saying, man. This is... So I had to unmod this person, man. I had to unmod it. Because we cannot tolerate that. I will not tolerate that. But Gun Freak Nation, listen. If y'all want to join the channel and become a member, a paid member, like $2, $3 a month, is different tiers. What happens is you get the perks. A lot of the videos that I put out, when you be a membership, I schedule my videos, right? But if you're a member, you get to see them early, like days early, 2, 3, 4 days early before I release it to the public, right? When you are a paid member, you get that badge next to your name. It's a badge. It's different colors that coordinate the different levels, And I got 4 people that I'm grateful and thank God for, because they paying $2, $3, $4 a month to the channel that's helping me. So when my mod did that, he did a disservice to me. That helps me. That's income coming into my household, into my wallet. And because you got offended by what they were saying, no, trust me. I got morals. I'm not going to let, somebody just come in and just say whatever they want to say because they're a paid member. I'm not going to let no racist person, whether they white, whether they black, it doesn't matter. You're not going to come in and just spew all kind of hate and I allow it because you're a paid member. No. This guy was just merely had a foot fetish and was telling me to hold my socks up. So I found it funny. I was laughing. I said, you want to be a paid member and you leaving comments, T, hold your socks up? I found it hilarious. But this mod obviously got offended by it and went over my word. I said, leave him alone. He's a paid member. You can talk about my socks, feet all day. If you pay me, I don't have a problem with it. Shit. Listen, man. These are some of the things you just deal with, you know. I want y'all to be the best versions of yourself, man. Be the best version that God put you on this earth to be. You know, to prosper, to have prosperity in your life, and don't give a, you know, don't care about what other people think about you. One thing in life that you will never be able to accomplish is make everybody, you know, convince everybody to like you. It's never going to happen. You're going to always have your haters. You're going to always have people that's going to be snakes that pretend to be your friend until they get whatever they want out of you, and then they show their true colors. That's just life. You have to expect that. So, you know, do you. Don't be, you know, somebody else what you think the people want you to be. Do you. Do whatever that makes you happy and stay true to yourself. You know, Gunfreak Nation, I don't win, you know, I didn't intend to make this video long, but I love y'all, man. Y'all stay true to yourself. Keep on loving me. I'm going to keep on loving y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Be savage ready. You know, stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous. And be ready to send an evil, low down, dirty savage to Funky Town. Salute, Gunfreak Nation.